Hey guys, what's up? And in today's video, I'm going to be doing some advanced Skewb walkthrough solves. Now before I get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you can be notified when I come out with new videos. Only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribers, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's get started. Now in today's video, I'm going to be doing 10 advanced Skewb walkthrough solves. Now these solves are basically just going to be everything that's going through my head during inspection and the solve and everything that's happening, so it might get a little bit complicated at times. Now for Skewb I average about 2.5 to 3 seconds, and for my method I use advanced with about half of NS. And one more thing before we get started, the cube I'm going to be using is a MoYu AoYan. The MoYu AoYan has been my main for about 1.5 years now, and it's going to be the cube I'm using to teach you. Okay, let's get started with the walkthrough solves. Okay, so let's get started with the first scramble. And by the way, all the scrambles are going to be in the description in case you're wondering where they are. Okay, so this first scramble has this big block of pieces, so obviously it would be a good choice to either start on white or blue. Now, white is definitely better than blue in this case, because white can be done in 5 moves, and blue would take 6. So to solve white, what I would do is I would position this piece so that these two are kind of both in the same layer, and then kind of do that short sequence of moves. And I get a really easy NS case for the last layer here. So the NS is just this. Okay. Okay, so this next one, there's a really short 3-move layer on orange, plus it will solve 1 center, so you'll have a solved center in the back. You could also do red, and that would be 4 moves, but it's not as good as the 3-move orange. So what I would do is this, and it solves this one, and then I get a peanut plus a U-perm case here. So the way to solve this case, what you do is you do a head there, and then you have a 2 sledge case. Okay, next scramble. Wow, the scrambles aren't all R moves. Okay, so the only option for layers here is the green layer, and that is 6 moves. Even though 6 moves is kind of a lot to do for just 1 layer, it's actually really finger trick friendly. So what I do is I actually kick this piece out by doing this and just inserting this piece, and then I'll insert this one, just like that. Now technically I could have done 1 move longer to actually solve this, but I think it's actually a little bit better to do this in this case, because it doesn't even affect the case very much. So I got a pi plus x perm case here, and all you do is do a sledge, and then U perm. Okay, next scramble. Okay, so in this scramble, I see that yellow looks good, and green looks good. But yellow is probably slightly better than green because it is 3 moves, opposed to 5 moves. So here what I would do is I would solve this one that's opposite, like that. And then I'll insert this and this, like that. Okay, so this is actually one of the most recent NS cases that I've actually learned, and this one is very finger trick friendly. So this is the algorithm. What I do is I kind of do that finger trick, where I kind of flick here, and then I do it again. So I basically do the same finger trick in 2 positions to make it regripless. Okay. Okay, so here I see that there is a 3-move blue layer, and it's pretty similar to the last one where you kind of solve these 2 opposite, kind of make this weird thing, and then you solve these 2. So it's also pretty finger trick friendly like this. Yeah. And then this case is actually one of the only 8 cases that doesn't have an NS algorithm. So the algorithm is not very good. I've heard that there actually are some kind of decent algorithms for it, but I don't really even use those. So what I do is I do a sledge here, and then I have a 2 sledge case. Okay, so this next scramble is actually a pretty good one because you have a ton of options. The only options that you can't really do are blue and red, but all the other ones are pretty decent. The one I'd probably end up doing is yellow because it's the shortest. Now you have only a 4 move solution for the layer here. And also I do a special thing here with the moves to get 1 center solved in the last layer case. So what I do is that, it kind of solves that. You can also do it in a different configuration, kind of. I mean, this is the one that I would have gotten if I did it, but the other one's also pretty good too. So the case I get is a pi plus O perm, I think. Yeah, pi plus O perm. And what you do is you do a hedge from this angle and you get a U perm. Okay, so I see a pretty weird solution on yellow, but it's actually going to lead to a pretty good case. So what you can do is you can kind of solve this and it has a block, and then you can solve these and it just solves the cube like that. So it's a long first layer solution, but it actually leads to the cube being solved at the end. Okay, so this next scramble is actually a really bad scramble because there's only one option and it's green, and it's a really, really slow case. So probably the best thing that I would do is I would probably solve this like this, where I do 1 move to set that up. And I do actually a special finger trick to make it a little bit faster. I do that. And then I would, I mean, if I were going really fast, then I wouldn't actually see that this would be solved, and I would do this. And I would mess up a little bit. But if I were, if I took a little bit more inspection time, then I'd probably realize that I can do this. That leads to a better case, and it leads to just that. But if I had done the other one, then I would get a not as good case. But anyway, on to the next scramble. Okay, so here, there's not very much that I can do with this scramble. I mean, white is decent. I could probably do a pretty fast finger trick, but it's a lot of moves for the layer. I mean, red is also a decent finger trick, but it's still kind of a lot of moves. I'd probably end up doing white because I can do this special finger trick where I kind of pull down with my thumb like that. And then I do that. And it leads to a pi plus O perm case. And I just have that. Okay, final scramble. So there's only one option here, but it's actually really good because it's only a 3 move red layer. So what I have here is I have 1 solved piece and then a piece that is 1 move away from being solved. Then once I solve that, then this one's a move away, and then this one. So that's one thing that you kind of want to do a lot in Skewb layers. You kind of want to set up kind of a chain reaction where once you solve one piece, then another piece is pretty close. So that's the first layer. Then for the last layer, I got a pi plus swirl perm. Now this is actually a pretty nice NS case. And what I do is this. But anyway, those are all the walkthrough solves. Now thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good time cubing. Bye.